Mandy from the Leather Claw Shop, and I have probably one of my favorite bullet journaling hacks that I have found. And if you've been here for a while, you know that I love to bullet journal. This was my bullet journal actually from last year. And I am not an artist at all. I try really hard. So I fall in and out of love with bullet journaling pretty frequently. I get the whole fear of missing out thing, so then I want a bullet journal. And with me not really being as, how do I want to say this without like cutting myself down? Oh, you know, the artistic drawing genes just didn't get passed on to me. So when I see all these gorgeous bullet journal spreads, I want to do them. And without a ton of practice, I'm very limited. So I end up, I start bullet journaling and then I get frustrated. And then I start bullet journaling again and then I get frustrated. I found these and I knew that I had to bring them to the shop. Because if you're like me and you are graphically challenged, these are going to be so much fun for you. So I wanted to do a video explaining what they are, why I like them, a couple drawbacks, and talk about sizing, because while they're A5, there is some sizing issues that would go kind of across the board with any cover maker. So I thought I would actually talk about those. So what are these? These are the Life Journal Infinite, and they're a perpetual planner, undated template. They have a yearly, a weekly, the whole 9 yards. And what it is it's basically like a pre-drawn bullet journal for folks like us that can't draw. So we still can do the whole bullet journal vibe and be part of the bullet journal community and have a really neat bullet journal. So I consider these kind of like an A5 bullet journal without the stress and without the aggravation and without the self-loathing sometimes because you can't draw a straight line. Is that just me? I don't think it is, but I feel like it is sometimes. So these are awesome for newbies and people who are just getting started with bullet journals because you're getting kind of the setup. And I feel like one of the things that people get scared about with bullet journaling, or why they don't start, is you can get the bullet journal and then it's like, where do you go from there? You know, there's all these YouTube videos, there's all these resources, but where do you go from that? So this is a great, amazing starting off point. We have them in 2 colors. We have them in black and this gorgeous lilac color. So there you can see it without the marketing material on the front. And it's just a basic black cover. And it has these beautiful gold details on it that I'm sure you'll see the reflection in the camera. This is a true 6-inch wide bullet journal and about, I think it's like 8.5 tall. I'll make a note to the actual dimensions. Comparing this to a Leuchtturm, you're going to see that the Leuchtturm is a little bit shorter and a little bit more narrow. And then also comparing it to the Rodea bullet journal, same thing. A little bit shorter. Oops, you're not actually seeing that. A little bit shorter and a little bit less narrow. Now, with us actually having covers for bullet journals, here later in the video I'll kind of talk about those covers and the sizing, because there is some sizing issues with this being a little bit of a bigger A5 journal. It's still A5, but it's just a teeny bit bigger. So you have an undated spread. It starts off, so actually let me back up here. So all of the gold in this planner, it has a little bit of metallic to it. It's made in France. You have a little bit of kind of explanation on the first few pages. I'll be honest, these first few pages, while they're great for somebody who's new, after you've bullet journal for a while, I kind of find like having to go through these pages each time is a little bit cumbersome. So one thing that you could do with these pages is you could like cover them with pictures or keys, or you know, you could get creative with these pages. You have an index. You have a 2-page index. No, you don't. You have a 4-page index. You have a 5-page index. You have an area for your keys, and then you have your annual schedule. All the pages are numbered on the bottom, by the way. You have a dot grid spread, and then it goes in with the monthly, and then you also have could be like a little bit of a habit tracker down here. It gives you space where you can still be creative and you can still do things that you want to do, but you don't have to worry about the spread itself. Like, you could still do your doodles and, you know, your washi tape and things if that's what you want to do. The one drawback for me is it starts on a Monday. I'm not a Monday start person, I'm a Sunday start person. But the only area that really is like a thing would be on the monthly spread. An easy solve for this would be you could washi tape over this, or you could put stickers on it if you have stickers, for those of you who want to do stickers. Or, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not terrible to have a Monday start. It's just I have to be very aware that it's a Monday start when I'm putting in the day numbers. And then you go into your weekly spreads. You have an area up here where you could do something creative. You have space here. Week of, so you could put that in. You could do your calendar here. And then you have your 7 days. Now this is where you don't have to actually do the Monday start. If you wanted to do a Sunday start, you could do your Sunday start here. And then you have this dot grid space down here where you could do like your habit trackers or, you know, additional notes or things. Each little section has 5 weeks in it, continuously. And then you have 4 pages of dot grid paper. And then it goes into the next month. So it limits you to how much dot grid paper that you have after each month. It does give you only the 4 pages. Some people that's probably fine. Other people, they probably need more. But in the back of this, once you go through all of your weeks, this is a yearly, by the way, you do have, we're still going. You do have more paper in the back. Now, you have, as this one says, books, exhibitions. I thought I was reading that wrong. Music, trips, films, TV shows, restaurants, recipes. And then you have some dot grid paper in the back. So these little sections that are at the top, if these don't really apply to you, like films, like I'm not a big movie fan, you could easily washi tape or even, honestly, you can even paint. You can paint with this paper. And then you have your folder in the back like a traditional bullet journal. So you also have your elastic closure here as well. Now, these are awesome for your budget. They are $25, which, if you guys have been around the bullet journal world, bullet journals are normally between like 15 to like 40 to 50, depending on, you know, the maker and the paper and all of that. These are 25. The reason why these are such a great budget friendly option is because they're Clairefontaine paper, which Clairefontaine paper, in my opinion, is like the creme de la creme of paper. I know a lot of people like Tomato River, to each their own. I like it too. Clairefontaine's always been my favorite. I think it's smoother, you get very little ghosting, it's white, like white. It's not like it throws my camera white balance off, it's so white. You just get a really high quality paper for the price. The Clairefontaine paper is 90 in weight, so it's a thicker paper, but it's also thinner. A lot of them can go up to like 180, 160, 180. This is 90. So you get a really nice blend of the paper. When you do open it, it does lay flat. So you don't have to deal with like trying to, you know, hold the paper down and all of that stress, which if you're using a fountain pen, you know what I'm talking about. The Clairefontaine paper also is, like I said, it's very smooth. It has very low feathering when you write with a fountain pen. You have your normal dry time. Clairefontaine paper does take a little bit longer to dry. Not a ton though, but you just have to be aware. Like if you're a lefty, that's probably where you're gonna have the problem, because it does take a little bit longer to dry than a normal pen. You do have very low bleed through, and I really feel like these help with a lot of the bullet journal overwhelm, especially when you're getting started. It's giving you a nice base to start with. It's giving you something to start with that's budget friendly, and you're getting to kind of enjoy and see if you even like bullet journaling. I will be the first one to tell you, there's been many times that I thought I liked bullet journaling and I didn't, but I still keep coming back. As far as the cover size, like I said, this is a 6-inch wide journal. So in order for us to make slip covers for these, our normal slip cover size fits the 5.5-inch wide, like Leuchtturms, Rhodias, and they fit perfect. With a little bit of space for growth, right? Amazing. They're beautiful. Well, this little fella, he's a little bit wider, so we need a little bit more space. I went ahead and I've added what's called A5 6-inch, and what that's going to be is it's going to be for the 6-inch journals. So if you have a journal that is the 6-inch size, it's wider. I think Walmart, the Exceed, I think is 6-inch wide. Don't quote me for sure, but that way you'll have like the perfect fit. You won't have to try to wiggle these into an A5 and you can get the leather to stretch and things. You'll have your own size for these. So if you do get one of these bullet journals and you want a leather cover for it, look for the A5 6-inch and that'll get you what you need. If you want to carry, since these spreads do limit you on the dot grid paper on the back, a good option would also be to put this inside of a traveler's notebook cover. This is one of my Willis, very well loved, Willis Traveler's Notebook. And for these hardcover bullet journals, I find that they fit amazing just tucked under that back elastic. Slip it right in there. And then you still have these 3 elastics to use for other journals. You could do your dot grid journals, you could add, you could honestly, with this size, you could add a second bullet journal in here and it'll still be, well, okay, maybe that's a little much because that's a thicker one, but like a regular size bullet journal, I mean, you have more than enough space. So that's the other option too. If you feel like you need more actual like dot grid paper or even lined paper, with a TN you'll have these options. Now this will fit in just a normal A5 TN. The only size at our shop that you would need to adjust for would be the actual slip cover. If you just wanted to slip this journal into this back cover here, have this side for a secretarial pocket, you would want the A5 6-inch. But if you want to go with the TN version with the elastic in the middle, you could just do an A5 and you'll be fine. That is my favorite bullet journal hack that I have found that makes me feel less of a bullet journal failure and more like a bullet journal winner. So again, just a little bit of a recap. Like I said, Clairefontaine paper, $25. They're amazing. They're up in our shop in the insert section. You get 213 numbered pages, 5 index pages, 1 annual schedule, 12 undated monthly grids. They are Monday start, and 60 undated weekly grids. So you actually, it's a little bit more than a year. You have your 90 weight Clairefontaine white paper. It's acid free. You have your bookmarks that are on this bottom part here, your back pocket, and it does lay flat when you open it. So again, I think these are amazing for the dollar amount, and we have them in the 2 colors, the black and the beautiful lilac lavender. So if you have any questions on these, or if you've used these and you love them, let me know, because I am super excited to go back to bullet journaling and to work with one of these babies. This baby actually, as you can see by the scratches on it. I already started playing around with it. So this baby's Mandy Jean, but I do have some more of the purple and some more of the blacks up in the shop. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you soon.